nothing more delicious than a tender, slow roasted shoulder of lamb. It's a quick prep, slow cook dish. We're talking the most sumptuous, gorgeous, melt in your mouth lamb. It'll feed about 6 to 10 people. It's literally the simplest, most untechnical recipe that you could ever imagine, that over delivers on flavour and enjoyment and feasting and sharing, and it's just one that you're going to keep in your repertoire. So look, it starts with chickpeas, you know, and in Britain we're kind of naughty. We don't really eat enough beans and chickpeas, and often one of the kind of barriers to that is soaking it overnight, slow cooking, then seasoning. We're going to break all of those barriers. We're going to go straight in with 500 grams of your chickpeas. No soaking, no mucking about, in. And then we've got a kilo of beautiful plum tomatoes, right? If you can't get good tomatoes, because they're not in season, tin tomatoes are absolutely delicious. Just hack these up into erratic chunks. So it takes no time and no technique to do this. We've got those two ingredients going. We've got our lamb waiting there. Our next ingredient, which you can get in good supermarkets, delis, and online, is preserved lemons. They're fantastic. They're an absolute classic of the Moroccan region, almost like a kind of lemon squash flavour. Really amazing. 2 of these and a bit of the pickling liquor are phenomenal. You kind of cut them open. They're often quite seedy, but they give a flavour that's so gorgeous, and this makes the dish work. It's like a little secret, wonderful ingredient. It's going to punch well above its weight. A little bit like me marrying my wife. Okay, so in with the lemon, right? And also what I love about this is I don't know which bit is the most delicious, the skin, the pith, or the juice. A couple of tablespoons of the juice. Okay, the next ingredient that's going to work really, really hard is a spice combination that's truly amazing. And I've looked at a whole bunch of different supermarkets and they all seem to have it. It's called Ras Al Hanout. 2 heaped teaspoons is what we want. But if you look in it, can you see all the chunks, the powder? There's little leaves of rose petal in there, right? This can have up to sort of 20 different layers of spice in there. So it's kind of like an Indian garam masala. It's a blend. What you get for your 2 teaspoons is a whole range of spices that you probably wouldn't have in your home. Just add a little oil to the lamb shoulder and a little pinch of salt and our spice combination, and we're going to have a little rub up. This Moroccan spice blend is a really clever way to turbo boost the flavour of your lamb. What I love about this dish, there's no technique involved, just the love of 5 great ingredients. The shoulder of lamb, it's a tough cut of meat, but slow cooking is going to melt all that toughness, and the flavours that you can achieve are phenomenal. Give your lamb a good old massage on the other side so it benefits from the epic spice mix. So water, 1 litre, goes in here, season with a pinch of pepper and a tiny drizzle of olive oil, and that's the prep done. I then love to do a double wrapping of tin foil, just to really protect it. We're trying to create a little ecosystem, right? We want the water to evaporate, you know, flavour through the lamb and the tomatoes and all those flavoured spices, hit the roof and then kind of rain back down again. Sort of quench the foil, try and make it as tight as you can, all tucked up, ready and raring to go. So you can actually put it into a cold oven. So it's a brilliant dish to whack in just after breakfast. That's when I normally do it. And that goes in an oven at 170 degrees Celsius, which is 325 Fahrenheit. I'm going to cook that for about 6 hours. And in that time, everything's just going to cook together. You know, it's all good. Put together in well under 10 minutes, and the oven then does all the hard work. My perfect kind of cooking. Quick and easy. The house is full of gorgeous smells, and this, my friends, this is what you get. Look at that. Come on! I mean, that is just insanely good. You can see where the meat is kind of pulled away from the bones. So tender. The tomato perfume is just absolutely through everything, and that's why that tin foil is so very important. If you were a really nervous cook, do this. The guarantee of flavour and tenderness and textures and enjoyment are all here. Let's get in there. What's really amazing about those preserved lemons is, even though they've had 6 hours cooking, the texture is still there, and that little bit of fragrance just pops. It's just unbelievable. And the chickpeas are cooked in all of that. They're like super chickpeas. This is a proper family dinner. This is one for you to try, definitely.